If you're a contractor who's always chasing new customers through ads, referrals, word of mouth, this video is for you. My name is Harry, I run Ignis Scaling. I help home improvement companies across the US and the UK to get more booked jobs consistently through Facebook advertising. Now, in this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can turn one completed job into 3. Now, before we get into this, I just want to show you a little bit of social proof so you know that I know what I'm talking about. All right, let's get straight into social proof. Now, I want this video to be very quick. So here we go. We've got Tim, 213K in 1 month, and we've got many other testimonials over there. 100K almost confirmed in 24 hours, 13K job, 23K job, etc., etc., etc. Let's go. So how are we actually going to turn one job into 3 jobs? Now, you might be thinking, Harry, you're not some wizard, okay? But I am, and I'm going to show you exactly how this works. So, like I said here, the cheapest customer you'll ever get is the one that you already have. Okay, and most of you guys, you finish a job and then you actually never contact that customer again, which is like the worst thing you could be doing. Genuinely. You might be thinking, if they need more work, they will call me. I mean, most of the time they're going to forget, right? It's not that they don't like you. They're just going to forget to do that. The contractor that actually stays in touch wins the job every single time, okay? Now let's get into how we're going to do this, right? So we'll touch back on this in a little bit on why this is so good and how we can go about doing this. But the gold mine is genuinely in your existing customer list. Let's say you've got 2,000 people in there. Acquiring a new customer through ads, for instance, if you're doing Facebook ads, Google SEO, that obviously costs time, your money, and your effort, right? But reactivating a past customer costs a single text message, okay? So let's just say out of those 2,000 people, you managed to convert 50 of them for another job. Let's say on average that's $10,000. You guys do the maths, it's 500,000 just sitting in a spreadsheet. Just sitting in that spreadsheet, right? $500,000 we're talking about. That is someone, there's contractors out there that don't even make that in 3 years. Now, you might be thinking, I don't want to annoy past customers by contacting them. Listen, if you've done good work in the past, genuinely, a useful message from yourself, it's never annoying. Okay, so you need to get over that limiting belief, right? So, what's another way we can do this? We can actually get it from the same customer pretty much just by asking them for a referral. And most of you guys know this, but you don't know how to go about it. So let's kind of break this down. When should we actually ask for the referral? Within 48 hours of you completing the job, because their emotion is still high. Like for instance, if you do kitchens, they're looking at the kitchen, they'll be like, oh my God, I love this kitchen. I love that work surface, etc. Do you know what I mean? You want to do this straight away, pretty much straight away. I say within 48 hours, do it first day. Why not the first day? Now, this is what you need to say. If you know anyone who needs similar work, I'd really appreciate the referral. We'll take great care of them. And you can actually boost this and you can give them an incentive, right? So you can either say, listen, we'll give you a discount on the next job. We'll give you a gift card. I know there's people out there that might like a cheeky McDonald's gift card. And if any of you contractors are eating McDonald's, please, I never want to work with you. No, I'm only joking. I just don't like McDonald's personally. Anyway, but you can give them a gift card. You can give them some cash. Whatever fits, obviously, your margins, etc. If you feel awkward asking for referrals, please click off this channel. You are a baby. Because you're costing yourself jobs. Like, listen, if you've done good work for them, they're going to be very happy to refer you. Like, for instance, if you've gone to, like, today, I went on some jet skis, right? The guy asked me right there and then, he was like, by the way, when my emotion was high, after, I've been on it, I was going like 60 miles an hour. He was like, Harry, do you mind giving me a Google review? And I said, yes. And straight away I did it. It's the exact same with this. Like, please ask for referrals. They're going to be happy to do it. Okay. Now let's get to the next thing. How can we further better this? How can we get even more jobs? So whilst, for instance, you're still on site, you can also ask, like, let's just say you're doing roofing, right? You can actually upsell them on something else. Like if you guys do roofing, you do gutters, this is a perfect combination. You go up there and you genuinely don't like fake this shit because like people will know and they won't trust you after this. But let's just say the gutters were fucked. You could just say, I noticed your gutters whilst I was up there. We could sort those at the same time if you'd like a quote. Again, we'll hit more shots on target. Let's just say you did this 10 times. Are you gonna say you're gonna get none of them? You might even get one, But that's one extra job, right? That could be $5,000. And from what I've seen, you guys make 50% profit, 50, 60, something like that. So this is genuinely amazing. The mindset shift that you need to kind of adopt is you're already there. You're already there with them. You're already doing work for them. They're happy for you to do that. They chose you. You know, the trust is already built. And again, additional work is the easiest sale you're ever going to make. Okay? Again, if you're in kitchens, you might see the floor needs some work. You could maybe upsell that. If you do that, obviously. If you're in concrete, let's say, you know, if you're doing a driveway for them, but you also see the back patio is fucked, you could also do the same with the patio. Do you see what I'm getting at here? And this is why, for instance, Tim, which I just showed you before, he does this all the time. Like, he's constantly looking, how can we upsell? How can we upsell? How can we upsell? And this is what you need to be doing, okay? Now, going back to what I said at the start, which is obviously going through the old customer list and give them a text message. This is how we're going to go about doing this. Every 6 to 12 months, you know, just send them a simple text. Like I said, cost near zero. The response rate is going to be pretty high, okay, than just like a cold campaign. For instance, if you're doing Facebook ads, people have already texted you before. You've already done work for them, so it's going to be so much easier to contact them. So this is what you need to say. Hey, we did your driveway last year. Just wondering, is there anything else that you might be looking to get done? That's probably the best way you could say something like this. Get out of that mindset where you just think nothing's going to land. If you think, what about if they don't need anything? Again, some won't, some will. Okay. Now, let's kind of recap everything. Actually, we don't need to recap. Listen, I've gone through that. If you want to recap it, just scroll back on the video. And if you want, obviously, I do Facebook marketing. But if you want, obviously, to start with Facebook marketing with your business, if you've maybe tried it before and been burnt by a different agency, I genuinely have amazing results across the board. I can show you anything you want. Just book a call with me down in the description. It should be like ignisscaling.com/book now. And yeah, it's a one-to-one strategy call. If I think we're a fit and I genuinely think I can help your business, I'll show you exactly what we do. And if I don't, listen, I'll tell you on the call. I cannot help your business. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.